All right, guys, today we'll be working on or talking about Safuu updates. There has been so much that is going on last, I want to say 5 days. Everything from lock pay all the way down to what happened today, which was the on-chain AMA. I think there's some are good, some are bad. Of course, chart is not that great. However, I'm gonna share my opinion and kind of share what's been happening. Hopefully, you guys can get something out of it and make your decision. Disclaimer: this is not a financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. All right, like I said, today we'll be going over Safuu and what's been happening in last 5 or 6 days, about a week now. One, of course, price dropped, right? Price dropped all the way down to 12. Actually, earlier it was at almost $11. It came up a little bit right now. I think that one actually happened a lot. During the AMA with Onchain, as well as right before that, and there's another big sell-off. All that's been happening due to a bunch of things, going on with the lock pay and a bunch of FUDs been happening. First one to address, I am still in it a little more. I've been buying them just a little bit of time. I don't want to risk going into it too much. However, I'm at 28 now instead of being like 19 or 20 when I last time I shared this. However, since then, we have our June giveaway or June promotion get us started. First one is the $1 million treasure pit, right? It's the treasure hunt. Basically, they set up a wallet with Safuu that could be grown into 1 million, in 3 months. That you get to find the C phrases. There's 24, I believe, that you can try to guess. It will be shared through different AMA as well as different articles. I seen a couple of people already guessed two words or 3 words already in it. That is kind of going up to it. And clue will be dropped in different ways. And the whole point is to get the community to be involved. As this started, I think people are trying to look for it. Am I gonna get into it too much? Not really. I'm hoping this will help the community to be better, but with what's been going on, I just don't want to really put that into it too much. But secondary to it, which was on the 5th, which was yesterday, he announced about another lucky draw giveaway. It's similar to kind of what he did with the Tesla giveaway. You register, you basically buy and hold, and that will be your tickets. And he will pick basically 27 prize winner that will get $1,000 of the Safuu at that time, right? So this is another one. Hopefully that does okay on too. So either one should be pulling people in. As of right now, I'll be honest, it's gonna be decent for current members. But is it gonna really draw new people in a lot? I doubt it, to be honest, because even with the Tesla giveaway at 100,000, it didn't do much. But what this will do, at least give the current members more of appreciation, and I believe this will be more retention more than anything else. Which I think is still positive, right? Because it's better to keep people right now than sell off everybody and then have new people come in, because then price will be down to less than $10 at that point. So I hope this works out well. Of course, I registered for this one, hoping that I get picked on somewhat. Hopefully I get there too. And after that, today, he had another AMA besides the on-chain one, was about our percentage of the burns. Instead of I don't know if you know our tax distribution, but right now it's 2.5 to the fire pit, and there's 4% to liquidity. But he's changing that from to that 4% liquidity into burns for this week. Reason is liquidity is actually pretty high. We're at like 9 mil right now, if I know it right. Let's go check. So our pool value is almost $9 million when our big market cap is only at, where are you? Oh, is at 29 million, right? So that's already more than 10%, which most protocol keeps it around 10 to 20% in the liquidity. So he's thinking, since might as well, let's grow the fire pit supply. I believe right now it is active at 6.5. So we actually crossed that 20% mark now. So our goal is to get that into, instead of auto LP, getting that into a burn, as well as he did a manual burn of 55,000. So supply is shrinking, right? So we're hoping to have so anytime we supply shrinks, it's not going to be price affected right away. It's when these supplies are dried up and circulating supply versus the fire pit is at the moment where there just couldn't be any more, and there's more or less of a supply, that when the people buy and sell, it's going to affect the prices a lot more, which means end of the year, around fall of this year, we'll start to see that price difference. And that is the long-term play. And that is why we're doing it, is what we're shooting for, right? Because we don't want to just keep putting into liquidity where it becomes just someone's exit strategy. So that's one of the reasons I think that he's changing that over, which I agree. I hope you guys can see that as well. Lastly is all the flooding, right? So we had Onchain today talking about interviewing the Brian's aunt, as well as a bunch of different things, but he was not willing to listen to full conversation more than anything else, in my opinion. He did talk to Hey John as well. All of them. Is he being a bad guy? I don't want to say that. However, is he not really hearing the other side? Yes, right? Because it's just like Coffeezilla time. I feel like he is just trying to get the bad part of it and done with, right? If you look at his channel, none of them is a positive, right? None of them. So how can you say, it's a fair judgment when you only make a video about being a scam, or this is not good, when some of this protocol is a big name, right? As in like Sphere of Finance, Baked Beans, Eat That Well at the beginning. Yellzilla actually was decent protocol. It wasn't all these piston tokens, all these places, yes, some did crash, some are still alive and well. However, it's not all scam, but that's all he runs with, just like CoffeeZilla did, is why I felt like it's just not trustworthy when they were talking about it. Because if you really listen to Brian's side and give it that spiel, why not? However, he wasn't. He was kind of going over it a little harsh, in my opinion. Of course, after this AMA, the price dump, because there is people going, hey, I see this is the point. Oh, I see there's some things that you can't 100% trust in Brian. However, we shouldn't be just trusting Brian, but the protocol. So I'm hoping some people who are in it still is staying in it. Whoever looking up from outside, it is cheap right now, right? It's at 11 something or 12 something. You can get into it with a couple $100. You'll probably still make a couple thousand by end of the year. I hope you see the potential of it at least. Hey John Fudd, I don't think he did anything wrong. However, it was just community, right? He's right here talking about the 8 wallets.
You should look into it, buddy, the wallets, because there's about 8 wallets that continuously buy big and sell big. So basically, they buy $1 and they sell $1. Because there's about 8 wallets doing that continuously. So
So this wallet talk, I did listen to the whole thing. I don't think he really applied it or was implying to be a Brian, but a lot of people did take it that way and kind of attacked on him. Daniel, as well as I think the RJ did as well. I guess not. I don't want to say a bullying attack, but like up to a point where kind of like, why are you discrediting what we're doing, right? But everybody should have their opinion, especially it's a YouTube channel, right? There's a bunch of YouTube channel, even worst haters out there. We don't need to fight amongst our holders, is what I'm thinking. And I think Brian did bring that up, right? Hey, John, is that it's not like we're trying to hit him because he's just older and he's as an investor, just saying his doubts here and there, and what our job as or what Safe's job is to kind of defund that, right? As in debunk that by actually showing the protocols working certain ways that makes sense. And some things he said, right? The crypto is gamble. It is true, right? Any project, no matter how great they are, it can go to zero. Why do you think Luna dumped? Why do you think Anchor got a little crashed? Because it's not because their protocol sucked. It's just people decided, oh, I'm a little worried. Let me pull that out. And when you see that red, a lot of people kind of jump in and do the same, is why it crashed. And that's why a lot of people had a big crash on our crypto side, right? And that's why our crypto winter started. So it can't be judged on by what he said, in my opinion. It's figuring out what then Safe can do for us, which we've been doing, seeing a lot of things. Even at the Discord, you can tell, right? Promotion after promotion, as well as the burns, and trying to kind of figure things out to make the price stability. It's not like they're hands off and do nothing. They've been trying. I mean, you see from all this protocol that I'm in, power node or Thor nodes, or even these nodes the season guys. Do you think they all thought it, or they rug? No, they're still around, but their price crashed by like almost, right now it's at 10% of what it used to be. So I don't think there's protocol out there that wants to be crushed. It happens. When it happens, you just gotta move on from it. That's why you don't want to put in too much where you have your life saving in it. You got to play with money that you're willing to lose in some way. Of course, you want to turn a profit. I believe Safuu will, long as you kind of time it right, meaning you don't want to just sell it off anytime. You don't want to hold it until the end either. You want to kind of be in betweener. And then, of course, if you can shoot for that, the blockchain and the node and all that, even better, right? Then it's going to be really long-term play as well as passive income. I believe in that way, and that's where I'm shooting for. I'm in different project too. It's not just safe when I'm done with. I'm not in, all in on one egg onto this project, but it is my major one. And that's why I'm supporting it, because I understand that it will go decently high, right? If you ever seen the holder count, this has not been dropped any lower. I haven't seen it gone from this 150,000 to like 90,000 out of nowhere. It's been staying pretty solid. It hasn't been going up and down here and there. Yeah, but it's about a couple thousand to maybe 10,000. Then it will come back up. And I think that should not change so far. It's the how much that one or two people are doing to kind of manipulate, because what they're trying to do is just play with the people's mind. That way they get the better end or better stick, in a way, in my opinion. So, but judgment is upon you. Or I'm trying to share as much as I can on what's been happening. Of course, Brian does his own thing. I don't see any negative from him. Only thing I do want him to little change up on is just less debagging or bag on the other protocols like lock pays or anything like that. You just don't want to be pushing on that, because then you step on someone else's toe and those guys want to basically get back on you, and that creates all this lawsuit thing. Oh, I'm gonna sue you, I'm not gonna sue you, all that crap. um just never fun drills, right? So but anyway, that's where I'm at with the Safuu. Some of you might want to buy in, some of you just might want to watch, but I wanted to give you quick updates on what I'm doing. Hopefully you get something out of it. All right, guys, have a good night.